Clarice Summersall, Vice President for Learning and Academic Effectiveness, and I'd like to welcome you to the fourth, believe it or not, the fourth Learning College Retreat. As I have said on many occasions during the last 2 years, in a learning college, we are all learners. And since the summer of 2006, the Learning College Retreats have become the prime places for discussions pertaining to the creation of the optimal learning environment for all members of the Montgomery College family, students, faculty, staff, administrators. The theme of this retreat, Making Connections, Innovative Education for the Liberal Learner, speaks to the Greater Expectations document that strongly recommends a powerful core of knowledge and capacities which all students should acquire, regardless of background or field of concentration. In the broadest sense, as a result of this education, students become intentional learners, self-aware about the reasons for their studies, adaptable in using knowledge, and able to connect seemingly disparate experiences. It should be the goal of all facets of higher education to foster the creation of liberal learners who are open-minded, empowered, informed, and responsible. One of the aims of this retreat is to provide you, representatives of the college community, to discuss ways to strengthen a culture of learning for all of our students where innovative practices make learning come alive. Speaking of coming alive, the Learning College Make It Happen Innovation Grants process has made a name for itself at Montgomery College. Inside MC Online, our spectacular new communications vehicle, has announced presentations by many speakers who have been brought to the college through the wisdom of faculty and staff who have conceived the idea for an academic lecture or lecture series, and the money that has come from the Make It Happen Innovation Grant process. Other grants have been used to provide tutoring opportunities for targeted populations of students. Still others have shown how a good idea could be catapulted into a college-wide initiative. Today, you will have the opportunity to learn more about this successful, invigorating practice. At this point, I'd like to introduce Dr. Charlotte Galato, the Executive Vice President for Academic and Student Services, and the original conceiver of Montgomery College, acknowledging itself to be a learning college. Let's welcome Dr. Charlotte Galato to the podium.
Thank you, Clarice. As you see, we color coordinated this morning, so.
Oh, that's right.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our panel and to all of you. It's really amazing to think that it's 2 years since we started the Learning College concept. And as I've been going around the college for over the last semester because I'm doing some rethinking of the way my office and the academic and student services units are configured. So I've been going around to many units to talk to them about this reorganization. And so it's given me a wonderful opportunity, which I don't always have, to connect with people and to hear from people on all of the campuses. So one of the things that strikes me again and again is how this Learning College concept, not the vocabulary, but the ideas, have really taken root. It's wonderful to go around and see people talking about the first year experience and the handbook that's been put together for that experience, and to talk to students and hear that they're ambassadors for the first year experience and they take that to heart, to see the many things that are happening with service learning across our college, that now it's not just a small limited program, but it's something that people have really embraced. and the learning communities. Now we've made the papers with our learning communities. We've been in the Washington Post, as you know, and that's because people have made this so real. And I really thank all of you for spending this time right before Thanksgiving to explore the ideas of innovation even more. Last year when I talked to the Learning College retreat, I talked about some of my own attempts at innovation, and I shared the story of how I, as an English teacher, English major, that's my essence, that's who I am, but I found myself as when I went on to become a resource teacher, special education resource teacher years ago, I had to teach math. I had to teach fractions to special learners, which was quite a challenge. And so I shared last year about how I got this inspiration to order tons of pizza and then cut them up into various fractions and use that to teach fractions. And it actually worked. I was thrilled. But I was also, when I was thinking about that story, I was thinking about how important innovation is. And what it really means is that you find a way to connect with the students. You find a way to engage them. So I engaged them by making them tell me what portion of a pizza they were going to eat before they could have their 1/8 or 2/8 or whatever it was that they were allowed to have. And I was thinking about another experience that I had as an English teacher. And this is years ago, believe me, but it was innovative in those days. I was teaching Romeo and Juliet to 9th graders. And if there are any English teachers in the room, you know that that's a hard sell. Selling Shakespeare to 9th graders is really tough because at 15, they just aren't really interested. They don't really get it. So I struggled and struggled through my spring semester with my 6 classes, 30 kids apiece, 180 kids, teaching them Romeo and Juliet. And so I was talking to the librarian one day. Librarians are always the English teacher's best friends. And so I was talking to the librarian. I was talking to the librarian who was my friend, and I said, what about if we talk everyone into having a big birthday party for Shakespeare on the 24th of April, which is one of the days that they say was his birthday. And so I was able to sell the idea. And we did things like the whole day was Shakespeare. It was a Shakespeare's birthday party. We had people learning scenes and putting them on for people. All of us who in those days, we had all been bridesmaids over and over again. So we all brought our bridesmaids dresses in, dressed the kids up in our bridesmaids dresses so they could go around with baskets of flowers and things. And it was really wonderful. And everyone in the school had a part of it. And so I don't know whether they loved Romeo and Juliet any better, but they certainly knew it better because they memorized things so that they could present it. They did the balcony scene for their peers and whatever. So as I said, it's probably not innovative now, but then it was a big deal and it worked. So let me just say one other thing about innovation. I think that's what it means. It means connecting, making things real for students. And as I was at Tacoma Park the other day, I had the opportunity to talk to Professor Gail Jenkins, who told me that she had, with the support of her department and her vice president and provost, she was taking a big step, and that big step, that innovation was that she was attempting to teach biology online. Now, you know the conventional wisdom is you can't teach a lab science online because how do students take the lab? But Gail reached back into her own experience and completely rethought the whole course so that it could be presented online.